Hey guys, and welcome back to another video in my series where I am making free branding for other YouTubers and branding for other social networks such as Twitter and so on. So in my last video I was making a YouTube background for Call of Duty Ghost, and in this one I've gone with Grand Theft Auto. It's a YouTube background again, and it's I'm pretty excited to show it to you guys. I've been spending quite a lot of time on it. Proud of the result. And today I'm also going to show you how to edit it as well as the speed art. So when you open the design, you're going to be presented with this. I've labeled all the layers and groups, and I've color coded what you will need to edit and what you should leave alone. Of course, green being you can edit it and change it, red being don't touch this. The first thing I'm going to show you is this comes in several styles, so you can customize it. Not just the text, but the actual the visuals. So I'm just going to go to 100%, so this is how you'll be seeing it on the channel. This is all the size and so on. And the first main difference that you'll notice is that you can change the color corrections. So this is CC1 and CC2. You shouldn't have them both turned on at the same time, but you can use the I to turn one off and one on. So this is the default. It's the more intense one. It's very blue, slightly less vibrance and so on. So I'm just going to hide it and bring up the color correction 2, and this is the much more traditional Grand Theft Auto look. It's much more colourful, it's matte, and you can see all the colours as they were presented in the images that I've used. So I'm going to turn back on the color correction 1, as this is the one I personally prefer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change this. So to start off with, you're going to need a font, which I've also included in the zip folder. You should install that before you open Photoshop. And then you're going to have these two text layers. The bottom one and the top one needs to be the exact same text because they represent the outline and the actual main text itself. So I'm just going to edit the bottom one first and do AGO. To get the right effect, it does need to be lowercase, so no capitals at all. That's to do with the typography. And I'm going to do the same to the top one. And you should see they should line up perfectly. If you want to reposition this, you need to select both of them at the same time. And then you can just move them as you usually would, but I'm just going to leave it exactly where it was. It's designed to be centered. We also have our subscribe tagline. Now I think most people would want to leave it as it is, but in case you want to add in your own tagline or motto, or like say follow me on Twitter, I've left this so you can edit it as well. I haven't included the font for this one here, however I'm sure you'll be able to find an appropriate font that will suit. The last thing that you can do to change the style is, as you can see here, we've got Franklin. You can also change the character. There we go, and my favourite. I'm going to leave it as that one. And then you can simply save it. Now one thing I'm going to show you to do, which it took me a while to figure out how to do with the new YouTube layout, they're very picky on what files you can upload and the compression size. So the best settings I've found when exporting a YouTube background and gaining the best quality possible is saving under a safe web. So I went File, Safe Web, and that takes a second or two to load up because it's loading up previews. And what this helps you do is it helps you compress images so websites can let you upload them and you can still get as much quality out of them as possible. So up here in the top right, we're going to select PNG8. And once that's loaded, you won't notice much difference in the image, but this will change the settings that you have on the right side. Also, up on the top left, you're going to want to have the optimized one selected. Original just shows the original image, so no matter what settings you change, this image will stay the same. 4 up will show you 4 different variations of the settings you've chosen. 2 up, of course, is the same with 2. And optimized just displays the settings that you have chosen so far. So I'm going to keep it on optimized so we can see what we're doing. Just to show you an example of this, I'm just going to turn web snap all the way up to 80, and you'll see the quality change for the worse. So I'm just going to take that back down to 0. One thing you want to be keeping an eye on is the bottom left here, where my cursor is, just below where it says PNG8. It will say the file size that it predicts it's going to save as, and you want to keep this below 1000. So we're just going to play around here, and at the moment I could save it as is, but I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do to change it, just in case you change your design to the point where it's a different file size. So for the first thing you can do to decrease it is by changing restricting the amount of colours it chooses. So as you can see here in the colour palette, this shows all the colours it's using, and of course if you reduce the colours, let's just do an extreme down to 8, you'll lose a lot of detail. As you can see, it's now only using 8 colors. It shows the 8 colors here, and it updates the design that it will look like when you save it. You can reduce this just a little bit, down to 128. You can see at the moment it's 871 kilobytes, and if we up it to 256, the default, it's gone all up to 954. So that's a pretty decent difference. But we don't want to be losing any colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use WebSnap. This is what I found is the most effective way to change the file size without losing too much quality. So I hope this has been useful. I hope you like the design. Do enjoy the speed art. Leave a like below, and the download link will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next episode.